Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Just wanted to show you a quick tutorial. Looking at a new database called MongoDB. I'll tell you what it is in a minute, but essentially just come to this website here. I'm installing this on Mac OS 10, making sure you get the latest Xcode stuff. And then all you gotta do is do brew install MonetDB. But with the brew install, it does it all for you. So I just type in here my terminal, and it takes care of all the building and all that stuff, building it from source. So that's pretty good. But we'll come back to that in a minute because we got, I'm not sure if I got to run this step and this step as well. So we'll do that in a minute. But let me show you what brought this inquiry into the database. I just posted this, and basically what we're dealing with here is just going through some job descriptions, and KDB is still somewhat used in industry, especially even at HFT shops. So I thought I would try this out from KDB to MonetDB. So with this link here, you have a particular quote that really caught my eye with Monet. If you came to this link here, the Quant Stack Exchange, here you'll find that somebody asked about, is there a substitute for DB? So a guy did a roundup, and he said this about MongoDB. Because KDB is a column store in-memory database, it's a very expensive one, like in the upward range of six figures and even $1 million for certain licenses. But a lot of financial institutions do use it for specifically time series quotes. And then this one was mentioned here, the open source MonetDB. That's how I found about this article. So if you want to check out this article, go check it out. See how our install's doing. So we're still building from source, because this thing is written in C. So that's what led me to that. With Monet, I think there is a GitHub repository. Let me just see if we can find it. MonetDB. So here, looks like we will be able to get various bindings available, which is good. Let's try something here. I don't know what's going on in my browser. So MonetDB, column store pioneer. So let's go into download. So if I go into the source tarball software repository, I think we need to go under sources. So what version would we want? Let's say this one. Okay, we can't browse it. But you can see that you can download the tarball. Why don't we do that? Sources. Where's our tarball? Look at that guy. So I'm going to assume, so the latest version is March 24th. That's a few days old actually, maybe a week old or so. Let me try downloading that and see what we come up with. So that's 2.1.17. Now they're making a test, so it's progressing. Let's see how our download's happening. We'll just take a look at it, poke at the source code. But you get different bindings as well, it looks like, for Python. Python's out there, man. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. Just entertain you while we wait for things. So, looks like the download's finished. Okay, there's our, we want to open with stuff it. Where are we gonna put it? Select the destination. Okay. MonetDB. So we'll put it in there. Let me see if that has taken hold. Oh, it's right there. You can see it. So that should be done. And there we go. So here is our make file. So this is developed in, there's some Java code it looks like. Oh, I see, there's a Java binding using Monet. Okay, there's a Debian version. Let's see, SQL testing. This should be what we're looking for. Scheduler tests. If I did check that out. So it's a shell scripts there. Extras, let's see if there's, yeah, it looks like it is in C, no different than Redis. There's some C there, C, H, oh, and there's a Redis R as well. Very interesting. If you go to their YouTube channel, MonetDB, you go under this guy. Oh, that's what I was looking for right here. There's a video on how to integrate with R and Monet, so that's very possible. The thing I like about MonetDB is it is available on FreeBSD. I'll probably do a demo on FreeBSD once I get to it. But this looks like an interesting database. Just thought I'd put that out there. Generate this. So let's go back to, okay, so our MonetDB is now done, thanks to brew install. So let's see how to, I think we still got some more steps to do if I'm not mistaken. So next you have to link, okay, let me just see if this works. So I'll create a symbolic link. Okay, so I have to add this, export that to my profile. Make sure you add this to the bin directory to your path. Can't remember. PWD Sublime profile. Or maybe it's the other one. Bash RC. I know we gotta look for our profile. It doesn't matter. We're not going to be using this a lot anyways. So we have to go to cd user local mono, I think, MonetDB bin. Oh, okay. Doesn't look like it's in there. Interesting. Just think, where would it be? Probably built under. No, it wasn't default under my. Oh boy. Looking for MonetDB. Where did it get compiled? Maybe I need to. Got some Perl going on. Damn. Stalling mono. Question is, where did it go? Let me just do a search for MonetDB Linux find. No, we don't want that one. We want the Linux one. Linux find. I can't remember the Linux command. This is funny. Find. There you go. I think that's it. Find MonetDB. No. So we want it from MonetDB name MonetDB. Hopefully that'll be it. Just do a sudo version. Can't even remember my own password. Did that work? Yeah, it must have worked. That is bizarre. I'm sure it was found in some. There you go. Python documents. User local bin. Okay, let me just try. Oops. Okay. So we are going to look for. Should have known that. Or was it user local bin Monet. So we have a daemon, and we also have MonetDB. So we have to set up a host or daemon. I see. Okay, so it looks like it's not as simple as a Redis. But let me just do a quick tutorial on that. MonetDB tutorial. Okay, so we've got here M client. So it's got all the SQL stuff in it, but it's column store and it's supposed to be very fast. So if you're looking for traditional SQL, it looks like MonetDB may be the answer. I'll put these links in. Maybe I should just play with these and see what happens. MonetDB create down here. Let me create a temp folder. Okay, so we're gonna do create TMP. Okay, and we're gonna start my DB farm. Start temp my DB farm. Is that right? Okay, so we're going to create this VOC. Created database and maintenance mode VOC. Okay, let's try this. M client. Password, I don't know. I didn't create a mono. Oh, I have to create a MonetDB user. MonetDB create user. DB create user mono. Cat mono user. So this is how we do it. So what we need to do is to create Sublime PWD. Just leave that one alone. Create another terminal. Okay, so we're going to create this one. So we know our PWD is okay. So we're going to create Sublime and a MonetDB user profile. MonetDB profile. So we need to create user password language. Okay. So we'll call it labsnet. I like to use very secure passwords. So we'll call it hello123, and I guess we'll only want SQL. See if that works. Regular file. So now MonetDB. Okay, what was it? Hello. Invalid credentials. Seek unsupported language. SQL. What's wrong there? Sometimes these quotes can get messy. Okay, so let's jump into this one. Credentials, invalid credentials for user MonetDB, unsupported language. That's what you're telling me to use. Maybe it's got to be without quotes. Helps if you read stuff, I would imagine. Invalid credentials for MonetDB. Maybe they gotta be MAL. Next client is to create a MonetDB configuration with information to ease using the Mono client interface called mClient. So I'll use MAL. This doesn't work, I will give up. Unsupported language. Oh, I don't know. I give up. Oh, you know what? I'm an idiot. We don't want a, well, actually, it helps if I call this MonetDB. Wow. Talk about being a putz. I give up. Okay, it was fun. But there you go. You kind of get an idea how to set it up. Well, not set it up, but at least get it running and built. But sorry to delay you there. Hopefully, maybe you got some help out of it. I don't know. But I'm sure I'll look at this in a more serious effort later in the future.